Hey, it's Jordan here. I have been running into some problems lately. This is not about my videos or anything. I can record that however I feel like now that I've solved those technical issues. What I'm talking about now is not so much presidential issues or anything like that, but the I would have to say what I'm going to be talking about is a lot of my personal issues. And you can listen if you want to, and you can give me advice and everything. I greatly appreciate that because I look through all my messages and I look through all my emails and everything like that. The very few I get. But the problem that I run into is that no one understands me. My parents and my brother use that a lot against me, but they're using it out of context, and that's what infuriates me. They said, "You don't understand. You don't understand how I feel," or whatever. It's like, okay, you guys can be immature as much as you want to be around me. I really don't care. But what I don't understand is that they don't give me any hard evidence or try to understand what I'm talking about. They give an effort, but they truly don't understand. So I'm forced to be looking out, and I have been looking for a very long time to help me find someone of intellectualness. I want someone who understands audio technical ideas, someone who understands art, someone who understands workflow ideas, Photoshop, all of Adobe. I basically need a tech savvy person with a lot of artistic backgrounds in order to understand me. Because most of the ideas I talk about and most of the subject matters I refer to are so constrained, so mysterious, and so far out there. Not even the hipsters, no one of any subcategory genre can understand. I want someone similar to my mentor to have conversations with. Sometime at night, usually. It's 10:36 Mountain Time and PM. I want someone who can have late night talks at least half an hour to an hour, because that's all the time I have, due to schoolwork and homework and preparation and everything like that that have to do with, anything else. So what I'm looking for is someone of tech-savvy ideas who can teach me something and have a stimulating conversation that we can both understand. I remember someone from a video I posted that says I'm looking for a composer. There was someone saying that they were giving me great advice, except for the fact I kept stating that I need to know what's exactly in a typical dance track. And they said, well, everything starts out differently. That's fine. I understand that everything starts out differently, and in terms of arrangement, that's where the emotion comes from. But I want something like this. I want something like a square. It has a basic shape, basic form, and everyone knows it's a square. That's the same way with the dance track. I want it so that way people know what's to come. But when the music starts to build and the main hits the music, people will understand and really like the track. That's basically the past club music that's been around for 60 or 70 years. That's all club music is. And I'm not talking about electronic music, I'm talking about club music. The disco music had its own formula. The rock music has its own formula. Then electronica then dubstep, and now metal and genre-infused electronic has its own genre. What I want to know is what exactly goes into a #1 hit, so that way I can break it down, use that same formula for myself, but include different sounds and a little bit different structure. And I tried telling this guy over YouTube that that's what I was trying to accomplish. And he kept saying every arrangement is different and things like that. I understand that, but everything has a basic formula. Going back to my sticky notes. If nothing had a basic formula, no one could really latch on to things and really enjoy them. Because that's all humanism really is about. It's about repetition. People like repetition with a little bit of twist. That's how things are. I was never taught composition. I was only taught how to use the tools and mix them and get a good mix out of that. And bring everything to negative 85 decibels for a standard mix, and how to do radio shows and podcasts and things of that sort. I was trained in the industry. What they did not teach me is composition for my own music. That's the major problem that I'm running into. I have at least, let me look up my own name. I bet you I have over 300 tracks. I have 380 tracks. And a lot of them are pretty decent to listen to. The only problem is, I still have all these files and everything to go back and rearrange them. As soon as I understand the club formula and what people are looking for, then I can arrange them and sell them and become very popular. That's one of the major things I'm running into, and I'm looking for someone who can teach me this. My father said, find someone you adore. And if you adore them so much and want to learn from them, then I will send them to you. I will send you to them. That's what he said to me. But I have so many questions on this subject matter. I'm not just going to go off and be like, who should I learn for? Well, I like Deadmau5 and I like Skrillex, except they're both antisocial. I like Matthias from Propellerheads, but I don't think my dad will send me to Switzerland. In fact, I'm not even sure how he's going to send me. We're dirt poor. There's so many questions. I still need to ask my father on how he's going to do this. And he says, don't worry about it. Great, so we're digging ourselves. I assume that we're going to be digging ourselves into a bigger hole. All of this disturbs me. I want someone who can teach me a #1 hit track. I want to learn from people like Owl City, Death Cab for Cutie, rock tracks. I want someone to teach me even video game music. I want to learn from Savant, Alexander Winter, but the problem is he's antisocial too. A lot of these composers are antisocial, and I'm looking for someone who has made it pretty big, or someone who I like their music, but the problem is that I don't know how they're going to teach me. I think I'll message a lot of people later today to see if I can go learn from them, because a lot of musicians I like are too big, too famous to waste their time on someone like me, on the next big star, because that's the problem with me. I have endless sounds. I can keep making videos about how to create this and that and that. The problem is that I need someone to teach me these fundamental basics, so that way I can start making a career. Whatever, I have problems speaking. I want someone to teach me this. And a lot of the people I look to are, this is going to sound very harsh, but are foreigners. Like Matthias, who are from Switzerland. I'm sorry, Sweden. That's Switzerland and Sweden are two different countries. They just have the SW thing. That's why we get them mixed up. But I want someone I like. Even there's a YouTuber that I like. I think I'll message him right after I make this video. But I need to know what goes into a basic, fundamental song, so that way I can start basing my ideas and get an idea for an arrangement. So, I want someone who can have an intellectual conversation and someone who can teach me how to use composition for my own ideas. If you guys know of anything, don't hesitate to comment or send me a message. I read all my messages before I go to bed and sometimes in the middle of the morning. I check YouTube at least 12 times a day, and I check my email at least 4 times a day. And I also check Facebook and everything like that, so do not hesitate. If you know of someone that I might like, send me a link of them. I'll listen, and if I like their stuff, then I'll message them, and maybe we can get things going. Or maybe you want to teach me something, and I could probably teach you something in return. Thanks for your time, and I hope I can solve all these issues.